Hello dear friends. Today we are going to discuss the topic memory or storage. Now to store data we need memory unit, right? So today we are going to discuss about the memory unit. Okay. Then we are going to see the classification of memory unit. And after that we are going to see the units of memory. So today we are going to see the memory unit, its classification and the units of memory. Without wasting our time, let us start our class. Let us see the contents we are going to discuss today. The classification of memory. Memory is mainly classified into two types. They are primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is again classified into three types. They are RAM, ROM and cache memory. Secondary memory is classified into magnetic storage devices, optical storage devices and semiconductor storage devices. Again, the magnetic storage devices is classified into magnetic tape, hard disk. Then the optical storage devices are classified into CD, DVD like that. Then the semiconductor storage. It is divided into USB flash drive, flash memory cards, etc. Let us start to discuss each one of these. Let us see what is memory. Memory is a place where we can store data, instructions and results temporarily or permanently. Okay? Memory is a place where we can store data, instructions and results either temporarily or permanently. Memory is mainly classified into two. They are primary memory and secondary memory. These are the primary memory and secondary memory in our computer. RAM, ROM like that. And we are going to see the comparison between primary memory and secondary memory. Primary memory is directly accessible by the CPU, but secondary memory is not directly accessible by the CPU. Primary memory is temporary. That means when the power is switched off, the data will lose. But in the case of secondary memory, it is permanent. Primary memory devices are semiconductor memory. The secondary memory devices are magnetic, optical and semiconductor memories. Primary memory is also known as main memory or internal memory. The secondary memory is also known as auxiliary memory or external memory. Primary memory holds data, intermediate results and results of ongoing jobs temporarily. In the case of secondary memory, it holds the data and information permanently. And the examples of primary memory involves RAM, ROM, cache memory. The examples of secondary memory involves magnetic tape, hard disk, CD, DVD, Blu-ray disc, USB flash drive, flash memory cards. These are some of the examples of primary and secondary memory. This is random access memory. See the picture of ROM, RAM, then cache memory and some of the secondary storage devices. Now let us see memory measuring units. We all know in memory, each bits are represented as binary. One bit is a binary digit. That means we are calling each binary digit as one bit. A combination of 4 bits is called as nibble. A combination of 4 bits is nibble. A combination of 8 bits are byte, 1 byte. A combination of 1024 bytes makes 1 kilobyte. 1024 kilobytes makes 1 megabyte. 1024 megabytes makes 1 gigabyte. 1024 gigabyte is 1 terabyte. 1024 terabytes are 1 petabyte. Okay, This is the concept of measuring units. You have to learn that. Now we are going to see the classification of primary memory. Primary memory is mainly classified into RAM, ROM and cache memory. RAM means random access memory. ROM means read-only memory and then cache memory. Access memory, there are some characteristics. They are RAM is volatile. That means its contents are lost when the power is switched off. That is why it is called as volatile. But ROM is non-volatile. That is, its contents cannot lost when the power is switched off. Okay. In case of RAM, it allows reading and writing. But in the case of ROM, it allows only reading. And in RAM, it stores the operating system, application programs and data. In case of ROM, it stores the booting programs, basic input-output system programs. That means if you want to function the operating system, there will be some sort of programs which are stored in our BIOS chip. That is done in case of ROM. And next is the speed. In case of RAM, it is faster than ROM. But ROM is a slower memory. Okay, so we have learned the comparison between RAM and ROM. Then cache memory. Cache memory is a small and fast memory that is normally placed between the processor and RAM. Frequently accessed data, instructions, etc. are stored inside the cache memory for the quick access. It is more expensive than RAM. Cache memory is more expensive than RAM. We have learned in registers and there are some CPU cache also. There is also one case of cache memory, but normally it is placed between the CPU and the RAM. Okay, for the frequent access of data and instructions needed by the CPU quickly, we use cache memory. It is more expensive than RAM. Next, we are going to see some of the examples of RAM. See, this is the RAM and this is the ROM chip, and see, in case of cache memory, it is placed between the CPU and the main memory, RAM. Different types of ROM are programmable read-only memory, that is PROM, EEPROM, erasable programmable read-only memory, then electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. These are the different types of classifications comes inside the ROM. Programmable read-only memory, it can be programmed only once and then the data is permanent. Erasable programmable read-only memory is EEPROM. That means it can be erased using ultraviolet radiation. After that, we can return the data. In case of erasable programmable read-only memory. In the case of electrically erasable programmable read-only memory EEPROM, the data can be erased and returned electrically. That is the main difference between EEPROM and EEPROM.